Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how you can use autofill in Excel and how you can use it to help save you time and show you some tips along the way as well. So a very basic example is, let's say we want to fill in the months of the year, and rather than typing out every month, January, February, so on and so forth, I can just select this first value and drag it down, and you can see Excel showing me what values it's filling in. So if I want the full 12 months of the year, I can just drag it down, and I can also extend beyond that, and it's going to know to increment beyond that to the next month. So it's a really easy way to continue adding it, especially if you've got monthly values and you don't want to have to key that in manually. This also works with abbreviations. So for example, if I just type in JAN for Jan, it's going to do the same thing. So a really easy way to do that in case you need to fill in a lot of cells on your spreadsheet with dates. And this also works if you're going across as well. So if I type in the month there, if I want my headers going across, it's an easy way to do that as well. Excel can also fill in numbers as well. So if I put in 1 and let's say 3, 5, and 7, so I'm going to set up a pattern for it. And the key thing that I want to do is make sure that I'm selecting enough information for Excel so it knows what my pattern looks like. For example, if I just drag down this last value here, it's just repeating the number 7 because it doesn't know what I'm doing. So it's just copying that same value. But if I include the 5 and the 7 and then drag it down, now it's going to increment. So I was moving by 2s and it's continued on that pattern. So it isn't copying the same value anymore. So if you create some patterns in Excel, the key thing to remember is if Excel is not copying it properly, make sure you're including more of your series, especially if you have a complicated pattern that may not be easy for Excel to figure out with just 1 or 2 numbers. What we can also do is use autofill with dates. So for example, if I type in January 1, 2025, and if I copy this down, it's going to increment by day. But let's say we don't want to jump by just 1 day at a time. Let's delete this. And let's say we want to go 1 week at a time. So I'm going to type in January 8th, 2025. And now I've got my 2 values 1 week apart. And drag this down. And now we can see that it's jumping 1 week at a time instead of 1 day. So again, it's picking up on that pattern. Now let's do a more complex example. Let's say we want to do the month end dates. So January 31, 2025, February 28th, 2025. So now we're telling Excel we want the month end values, month end dates. So I'm going to grab both those values and let's see if it can figure it out. And so we can see it's got the end of March, end of April, end of May, end of June, and so on. So it's figured out my pattern, and so it knows what I'm trying to do. So another easy way that it can autofill that data for you. Even though it may seem like that might be a bit more difficult, it can still figure that out as well. Another way that Excel can help you is if you've got formulas. So in this example, I've got price and quantity. And so if I want to calculate the total, I'm multiplying price and quantity. What I can do is obviously drag this down and my formulas will update with the same logic. What I can also do is, because this range, with this range, it's easy for Excel to see how far down I may want to copy it down to. The data set ends here. So if I just double click here, it'll automatically extend that far. Now this is not going to work when there's blank values below. So if I double click here, Excel doesn't know how far down I'd want to copy it. So if you've got a situation like this where you've got blank cells below and Excel can figure out where your data set ends, then it's really easy to just double click and it'll copy all the way down. That's why in some cases the double click doesn't work, because if you've got blank values below and Excel doesn't know where you want to copy until, then it's not going to work. Then you're going to need to drag and copy it down. But if it's predictable where your data set ends, you can just double click and the autofill will go that far. The autofill can also, building on that idea of predicting a pattern, it can also forecast values for you. I wouldn't recommend this for actual forecasting, but just to show you an example, here we've got monthly sales of books and total sales dollars. So if I were to grab these values, I could drag this down, and Excel is going to basically fill in that pattern for me. So this is one way where you can sort of forecast that data out and see what it would be based on those trends, based on those patterns. So it's not really different from picking up the pattern in terms of dates or numbers. It's doing the same thing here. And so that's one way that you could see, okay, what does that trend look like if we were to extrapolate it to later months? One other cool thing to check out when you're working with autofill is you can create your own custom lists. So for example, let's say I want a list of Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. I don't want to keep on typing this out all the time. So what I can do is I can select these values and go under File, Options, and towards the bottom of the Advanced section, there's a place for Custom Lists, Edit Custom Lists. If I open this up, I can import that range that I've selected, or I can just add a new list myself and just key these values right in here. But if I click on Import, it's going to copy these values. And now I've created my own custom list, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So if I hit OK now, I've got that list saved in Excel. So if I were to type in Q1, and now I drag this down, you can see it's going to figure out Q2 is next, Q3, followed by Q4, and then again reset to Q1. So especially if you're doing quarterly results, this could be really helpful. Avoid you from having to do any copying, pasting, or entering in these values manually. So you can create those custom lists if you want Excel to pick up on your patterns. And you could also use those custom lists when you're sorting data in Excel, because there's an option to sort by those custom lists. So depending on the type of work that you're doing or how you want your spreadsheet to work, there's also the ability to use custom lists to help with auto-filling values and even sorting them. So that's a wrap for this video. If you did like it, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.